Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We are continuing forward on the 9-game ladder series between Soma and Bisu. Bisu right now leads 3-1. Honestly, I didn't expect him to take such a strong early lead, but I guess this is what it looks like when you have a Protoss player that's really fantastic at this matchup. You know, a lot of other professional level Protoss players, it's like they run into Zerg and stuff goes wrong, they attack poorly, and suddenly the Zerg has the victory. But when we're watching these very top guys like Rain and Bisu, and you know, there's a few others, Mini and Snow and whatnot, it looks a lot different. Just really smart moves from Bisu throughout. He's engaging correctly. He's never throwing his army away. He'll just not engage when it's not appropriate, which is, you know, that sounds so easy, but truly it's not. Truly it's not. It's something that plagues all matchups where it's like, okay, does this actually beat that? And you have to take into consideration a lot of things, not just the units that are there, but the micro skill of the players, the positioning, the upgrades, the macro follow-ups, because even if you win a certain battle, it might not actually be the right thing to do because you lose too many units against someone who has a ton of production or that type of thing, right? So anyways, it's kind of an interesting thing to watch. Anyways, we are on Neo-Sylphid, and Bisu going for the scout up to 12 o'clock, so he is going to find Soma first here. He is going for a gateway opener as well, so we're definitely going to have some Zealot pressure early on against this hatchery first play from Soma. Soma, of course, scouting that with the Overlord. I don't expect too much damage to be dealt, but Bisu really has Zealots of another level. It seems weird to say. It's like, well, I mean, how can someone be that much better with a Zealot? It's not like Zealot micro is complicated. In fact, it's one of the most simple micros in the game. And, you know, it is, though. It's like the decision-making behind it, not just the micro. The micro itself is easy, right? Like, let's say Lings are attacking a Zealot. You attack with the Zealot, and then you pull back until the Zealot's ready to attack again, because Lings attack quicker. This is a very basic concept with melee units. Whatever attacks slower needs to be microed. And then there's counter micro to that, of course, where you can move forward with the Zergling and try to block where it's running to. Anyways, a little bit of harassment here with the probe. He's like hitting drones as he can, being annoying, maybe cause a couple seconds of lost mining time, that type of thing. First Zealot coming across the map. Bisu just now starting that Nexus as the second Zealot is popping out. We have 4 Lings on the way here for Soma. As his natural finishes up, the Zealot going to go directly into this main base. You can see this probe has been sitting here waiting for the Zealot and will be chased by the drone. So that's some very, very good micro right there. Now, he hits the drones a few times. It takes 3 Zealot hits to kill a single drone. Ooh, that's some good micro from Soma right there. Oh my god, a lot of damage on this Zealot so far. He's just making it dance. It's having a terrible time. So a great job there screwing up the AI of that Zealot with that drone drilling. Soma loses absolutely nothing, killing that Zealot very, very quickly, very, very efficiently. And the other one starts to run home. Some Lings coming across. I don't think that this is going to be a problem as we have a Zealot at home here. Forge gets started. Another Zealot is being made. And of course, as this one runs home, not a whole lot else left to do. Now, he does throw down a shield battery, so this is a kind of just-in-case situation. And in fact, there are more Lings that were made, but will there be any more after this Overlord finishes? I don't think so. I think he's going to go drone. Honestly, you see this shield battery and it's Bisu, I don't think you're going to keep making Lings. Overlord is about to finish. It does seem like maybe it was like just a little bit late. Yeah, 3 Zealots with the shield battery. It's not going to happen. Yeah, there you go. 4 drones get started in that production tab. So Bisu's already held this. And honestly, the shield battery might be part of it. If you don't see the shield battery start, is there a possibility you make more Lings? There's a possibility, but honestly, either way, I don't think that was going to end up working. So third base is up here for Soma. And, well, looks like we're just going to push forward normally from here. No one seems to be doing anything too aggressive. Oh, hold the phone. Hold the phone. That is a lot of Zerglings being made. Now, is that just for dealing with this? Because he is getting Zergling speed as well. The Ling's running back towards his third base location. They'll probably take a concave at the top of the ramp. Lair gets started here for Soma as well. Okay, yeah, you got to fight there. You have to fight there. You can't let those Zealots just walk up and get good surface area. Not that the Zerglings can attack down if they're sitting on the ramp. These 4 Zealots going to walk elsewhere. And no, it seems like that's going to be it for the Zerglings. So it seems like Soma getting the speed upgrade, just making sure that he can eliminate these Zealots, but also he has like enough that he can kind of overwhelm the amount of Zealots out on the map, which is what you want. You don't want just enough to kill them, because then you barely have anything left. You're going to save a lot more by making extra. Again, it can be a little bit counterintuitive there. So a group of Lings coming down, those Zealots being pushed back. Lots of drones being made here by Soma. Let's take a look at Bisu's base. He does have air attacks on the way, as well as his Stargate. Zealots being pulled back behind these mineral patches will be cleaned up, and the Lings will be able to go out onto the map now. There is one more Zealot being sent out that I don't think he's actually seen yet. This is going to walk over to the side. He's probably just waiting a moment. Oh! Second Stargate. Okay, so Bisu right now has decided that he's probably playing against a Mutalisk transition this game. Or not transition, but like just a Mutalisk tech. He's actually wrong. Okay, we can see that he's wrong. You see Macro Hatchery, Hydralisk Den with speed on the way. No layer. No layer whatsoever. So this is going to be directly into Hydras. Don't forget, I've talked about this before, where this actually blocks where you want cannons. Okay, he gets up here and he sees Hydras being made, so he should cancel this. Should cancel that. And no, he doesn't. He actually makes the Corsairs. Okay, like Bisu is obviously a completely different level than me as far as understanding what to do with Protoss. Oh yeah, and this is, I talked about this before, where you probably want to get rid of the shield battery because you need to fit cannons here. You can lose the game because of the shield battery being there. So he takes that out. He needs to add cannons now. Very likely. Or at least he's thinking he might need to, and that's why he got rid of the shield battery. Now, I'm really surprised, honestly, that he kept going with the second Stargate. Like, we'll see if this actually ends up paying off for him. So he has 2 Corsairs there, 1 here. Going up to 4. Still getting his +1 ranged attack. Templar Archives on the way. Doesn't make more cannons. Dude, Bisu really is a different breed of Protoss. That's for sure. His 4 Corsairs kind of poking in here. A couple Hydras are there. I think he could dive on those Overlords still. 4 Corsairs should do fine if you micro them. Finds an Overlord in the center. Always a better one. A free pick. Another cannon is on the way. Another gateway here. And he actually cancels that cannon in the main base. Obviously, if there are not mutas on the way, you do not need that right now. The 4 Corsairs continue to roam about. And he is still getting that +1 air attack. Still wants that regardless. And no attack actually came in. Dude, I was afraid when I'm seeing these Hydras being made and the speed upgrade being made and all this. It seems to me like it's very likely a Hydra attack will come, but Bisu barely making cannons, barely flinching, not canceling his second Stargate. And look, there is a Spire on the way, so maybe Soma thinks like he can still switch. And in fact, he scouts that Spire. So that's something Bisu definitely can be ready for. He has a Dark Templar on the way, as well as Psy Storm. Legs are done for these Zealots. They also have that +1 attack, so can mangle the Zerglings. I feel like this situation, what he's looking for maybe, is pairing the Corsairs with the Zealots. He might find a location where, well, it seems like there's just enough Hydras everywhere that there isn't one right now, but sometimes you can have the Hydras attack the Zealots and you clear Overlords because of that. So he's actually going to start attacking up this hill. When you do this, generally you'll attack the Overlords, but that was too well placed. Okay, one of the Corsairs goes down. You can see he actually focus fired the Corsair as opposed to the Zealots, and that might point towards Mutalisk production a little bit later on. If you're specifically trying to kill Corsairs, like obviously they're good long-term units and you don't want them flying around, but occasionally you can give away your plans. Now, we see that Lurkers are being made, so that might not be the case, honestly. Now, the Hydra's coming up. This is kind of scary. 3 more cannons on the way. He has a couple High Templars. Storm is done, but not enough energy. We have about 5 more seconds for that. So I don't think he can really dive on it. DT coming around, looking for somewhere to push into. 3 Corsairs in the center of the map. Cancels a cannon. With all these Hydras out there, cancels it. He says, nope, don't need it. So 6 gates producing at the moment. Dragoon range gets started. All right, throws a little Psy Storm down there and comes out with those Zealots. He does have quite a few, so he's going to start pushing these back. The Zergling's trying to go after this High Templar. Obviously not going to be able to do it against those very beefy Zealots defending. Couple Overlords coming across. There's the Mutas. There they are. Okay, so we already kind of read into this. The 3 Corsairs in the center. But yeah, when he targeted that Corsair, it is oftentimes a tell on what you're thinking. It doesn't mean it will always happen, obviously, but it's something you got to keep in mind. Now, with Dragoon range on the way, he will have the opportunity to make Dragoons, but I feel like this Muta switch could be very powerful. So here come the Mutas, and they're going to go after the High Templars. They don't care about anything else here. The High Templars are what allow the Zealots to win this battle. So he gets over on top of them and will pick off 2. All the Psy Storms being spent on these Mutalisks as well. The Zealots starting to run into the main base. Obviously, the Mutas can go back to help out against these as well. But without the Storms, Bisu really has no option there. Double Corsair production gets started for Bisu once again, but he's lost such a large army at this point, and it's not like he did a lot of damage. Look at the drone count of Soma. 49 is very, very healthy for this stage of the game. A lot of Dragoons being made. 2 High Templars at home. He is sending out another group of Zealots here. There are more Corsairs being made as well. Well, he made a couple more at least, right? So he's on 5, which will do well against these Mutas that don't have any armor upgrades. And he is about to pop out a good 6 Dragoons as well, which can help out. So I don't know how much more damage the Mutas are realistically going to do here. But just the standing army of Bisu does not look very strong right now. 2 High Templars, a few Dragoons, a group of Zealots. Soma should be able to kind of overwhelm that with his 4 bases up, right? He's got a ton of production. He's got 7 hatcheries right now. Bisu taking this kind of a closed off 3rd base. Not entirely sure why he's taking that. It's a little bit harder for Zerg to attack, I think. But it does not have a gas. You should keep in mind. Now, up come all of these Mutas. The Corsairs really railing on the Mutas, but it's taking a bit too long, and the High Templars get picked off. So I think Soma is literally just going to win. Yeah, Bisu GG's does not have enough, and Soma makes the series that much closer. Bisu only leads 3-2 now.